Form I-485 Common Questions. If you're planning to apply for a green card through the Adjustment of Status process, then you'll need to fill out Form I-485, known as the Application for Adjustment of Status. Here are some of the most common questions about the Adjustment of Status form. Where do I file Form I-485? Where you mail your Form I-485 application depends on where you live and what green card category you're applying for. This chart from USCIS shows the different options. It's linked in our description. What's the difference between Form I-485 and Form I-130? If you're sponsoring a relative for a green card, then Form I-485 is the second step in the family-based green card process after you submitted Form I-130, which establishes the family relationship. If you're the spouse, parent, or unmarried child under the age of 21 of a U.S. citizen, you can file these two forms at the same time. Can I file Form I-485 online? No. You must send Form I-485 in the mail to a USCIS service center. If you're filing Form I-130 and Form I-485 together, you can file Form I-130 online, but you must send Form I-485 via mail to the correct USCIS service center. Can I file Form I-485 from outside the U.S.? No. Your spouse or relative must be physically present in the U.S. to file Form I-485. If they're outside the U.S., then they could be eligible to apply for a green card using consular processing. Can I travel while my I-485 application is pending? If you need to travel outside the U.S. while the government processes your I-485, then you need to file Form I-131, known as the Application for Travel Documentation. If you travel without this, USCIS may think that you've abandoned your I-485 application and reject it. How do I check the status for my Form I-485? You can check the status of your I-485 application online or over the phone. You'll need your 13-digit USCIS case receipt number, which you can find on any correspondence that you've had with USCIS. What if my I-485 gets denied? The government may reject Form I-485 for different reasons. Sometimes, certain required documents were missing. If your I-485 is denied, you may be able to appeal the decision. You can also choose to submit a new application. Will filing Form I-485 allow me to work? If you've filed Form I-485 and you want to work while your application is being processed, then you'll need to apply for a work permit, known as the Employment Authorization Document, or EAD. To do this, you'll need to file Form I-765. You can send this form in at the same time that you file Form I-485, or at any time while your application is processing. In most cases, your work permit will be processed in less than 12 months, and you can begin working as soon as you receive it. When should I submit Form I-485? If you're applying for a marriage green card, you can file Form I-485 at the same time as your U.S. citizen spouse files Form I-130. You can also do this if you're an immediate relative of a U.S. citizen, for instance, if you're the parent or sponsor, or if you're their unmarried child and you're under the age of 21. If you're applying for a family preference green card or employment green card, sometimes a visa may not be immediately available. You'll need to wait until after USCIS has approved Form I-130 and an immigrant visa number is available. You'll also be able to track this on the monthly visa bulletin published by the State Department. Can I file Form I-485 if I have a criminal record? If you have a criminal record, it makes the process more complicated, but it doesn't necessarily mean your green card application will be denied. When you file Form I-485, USCIS may request biometric information to confirm your identity and run a background check. As the beneficiary, you'll also need to answer questions about your criminal history, both inside and outside the U.S. If we didn't cover your question in this video, check out the links in our description for more I-485 resources. And if you found this video helpful, please be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to Boundless on YouTube. Thanks for watching.